everyone, it's Pam from Glam Junk Journals. I hope you guys are all doing well today. I wanted to share with you my latest journal. This is my Rose Garden Junk Journal, and this is made from a cardboard box, and it was inspired by my love of fabric that I find at thrift stores and also flowers. So here is a little bit of the fabric that the journal cover is made from. Isn't that gorgeous? So that was the inspiration for this journal. And this journal measures 6 by 9.5. It has almost a 4-inch spine, so it is quite thick. And what I started with was I sewed on the fabric to the cardboard box, and as you can see, it is sewn all the way around the edges on the front and the back. I was surprised that my sewing machine, which is definitely a basic model, was able to go through the cardboard and the fabric. And so I'm like, oh, this is so cool. So that's what I started with. And on the top of that, I layered a bunch of different things. And let me show you that. First off, though, the closure here is made from a snippet roll that I always make in the beginning for each of my journals. And this has been, let me show you here, take it off. The snippet roll has been attached to a piece of lace on the back, and I attached some ribbon for the tie closure. So this is removable here, and I wanted it pretty on the back, so that's why I attached it with some more lace. So that is the closure, is my snippet roll. And on top of that, this is a velvet coaster, and I got a set of 4 of these at a thrift shop, and I just love the pattern, and it's just kind of a taupey color, and it went really well with the journal. Underneath that, there is some pink tulle. It's kind of a rosy pink. It's not a pink like fuchsia pink, but it's a rose color, and that went really well with the color scheme of this journal. And along the top and the bottom, this is some gold fabric that I got at Hobby Lobby that had all these appliques, and I fussy cut those out. And on top of that, let me show you these 2 little fabulous appliques that I found at a thrift store. Isn't that gorgeous? And these little, they kind of dangle, and then there's one at the top. Let me show you those. I've never seen these or what they were attached originally to, but I just fell in love with them. Aren't those cool? Oh my gosh. Ah, love this kind of stuff. So that's what these 2 are. And this is a vintage hair clip that I just took the backing off of, and I attached all of these using E6000 because I think that E6000 is great for attaching heavier embellishments like buttons and these larger appliques and jewelry. And along the top here and also on the side, I hand painted, believe it or not, I was impressed with myself here. This is the first time I've ever done that, is I hand painted some white appliques, and I got the idea for this from a tutorial that I saw on YouTube, and it is from Roxy Car 11. It's Dye Your Lace Appliques DIY. So what I did is I did use acrylic paint on this, and they turned out fabulous. And I also sprayed them with some Lindy's Glimmer Glitz Spritz, and this is in Blazing Sun, just to give it a little bit of sparkle effect. You guys know how I love that. So that is how I did that. And there is another one on the side here, And another thing that I did is this wide piece of lace, this gorgeous forest green, I hand dyed also with food coloring and acrylic paint. So I was really into doing this because I have a ton of lace. As you guys know, I have a hard time passing up lace at thrift stores, but it mostly was all white. So I'm thinking, oh man, I gotta get some more colors here. So I encourage you guys to do this. My husband was watching me, making sure I didn't make a mess all over the house because I tend to be quite messy when it comes to stuff like that. But I love, 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 love how it turned out. And I got that idea from another YouTube. I love all the YouTubers out there. They're always just so inspirational. Let me see, who was this from? This was from Cornflower Crafts, dyeing paper, lace, and fabric with acrylic paint. So I will put all the links to the YouTubes that I reference in this video below. And it was just so fun to do, and it turned out fabulous. So anyways, I am going to be dyeing a lot more and just experimenting. It's really fun. So on the inside cover here, let me move this over. This is a table runner that I got at a thrift store, and I cut, it was really long, so I cut off the flower on one end and then the flower pattern on the other, and I sewed it around, as you can see, all the way around, and I attached it to the front and the back cover, and I thought that looked really pretty with the flowers. And on this page here is a vertical belly band with a fabric and tulle and lace snippet, and this is a vintage button, and this is kind of, let me see if I can lift that up so you guys can see it. It's a gorgeous filigree, and this is some sort of fabric. I can't tell, but it's coated with something. And I put some ephemera and journaling space on the inside with that gorgeous piece of paper that has roses on it. And then some washi tape and just a corner snippet there. So those fit along the side. Oh, and I didn't mention, this has 3 signatures with 2 removable mini journal inserts and a total of 148 pages. Here is another one of my dyed appliques. This one was also white, and I just love how these turned out. You guys, this is so fun, so fun. And there's more of that Hobby Lobby applique that I cut out. And this right here, this piece of paper, this is cool. And I love, 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 like I said, all the ideas that you can find out there on Pinterest and YouTube. This one was actually from Pinterest. And let me see, I wrote down who it was by here. myhumblehomeandgarden.com. It's called a paper napkin transfer that will blow your mind. Love that. So this is a paper napkin, one that I had in my stash. And I'm not going to go through the whole tutorial. It's on the lady's website. But basically what you do is you take all the layers off of your napkin, you know, the white sheer pieces underneath the printed napkin part, and you layer it on top of your paper with some plastic wrap in between, and over the top you use some parchment paper, and you take your iron, and what happens is the heat from the iron fuses the napkin to the paper, and it works so good. You have to watch though, because the lady said to use your iron on medium, and I found that the medium did not get hot enough for me, but start on medium, so I had to up the heat of my iron, but it works great, so I'll link that below. And on this side here is a vintage map from an atlas book that I got, and I just thought the colors went well. And all the pages in here have been tea stained. Here is a vintage piece of sheet music. I got this at my antique mall haul, if you remember from that video that I did. And that is Moonlit Waters and Roses. Yay, writing space. And here's a little pocket that I did at the bottom with a journaling card. And this is an iron-on transfer, so I thought that went really well. And a corner cluster with a vintage button that I sewed on. And on this page here, this is another cool thing that I found. This is from Climmy's Creations, and this is a triple fold-out pocket. And what this does is this is a little flap to hold the pocket closed, and you can open it this way, and you have all your little journaling cards and things like that. Here's another little pocket underneath for another card, and this folds out to a full-size sheet of paper, so you can journal on the inside. And I just thought that was cool. Way cool. Let me put this back together. Where's my little flip? Where'd he go? He's in here somewhere. There he is. And you've got triple pockets here. And along the bottom here, this is a decoupaged button that I attached, and some journaling cards. These are on paint chips. And then there's a large journaling card that I collaged and stenciled. And this is really cool too. I was really into paint doing this journal. So this is acrylic paint, and what this is one of those clothing tags. I save my clothing tags, you know, the ones that are on your jeans or on your shirt, and I think this was probably, I don't know, can't see what it is, but basically I painted it with acrylic paint, and then over the top I did a coat of Mod Podge because the acrylic paint seemed kind of I don't know what the word is, crunchy, not smooth. So I did a layer of Mod Podge, and then over the top of that, I did do some Lindy's Spritz just to give it a little bit of gold sparkle. So those were really fun to do. So save all your clothing tags. It's not like we don't save everything anyways, right? Okay, we got a doily. Here's an image from the Graphics Fairy, and I created just a little side pocket here. And here is an embellished paper clip that I made, and this was inspired by Rach and Bella Crafts altered paper clips. And I created a little pocket, and here is a couple journaling cards that I created. Journaling space there, and I added some more of my hand-dyed lace and just some ephemera on the inside. These are needlework craft kits you can get, and then some more of that gorgeous, this is like a beautiful green color. It's kind of a moss green. It's not forest, but it's along the same lines, and a tulle pocket on the side there. And here is a belly band made with a large piece of lace and an applique in the center. This was actually some trim, excuse me, not an applique, that I cut off a large strip that I had. And on the inside of that, we've got a vintage postcard of some roses, gorgeous, and a little envelope that I made with some stamping and stenciling and some ephemera on the inside and a little bit of collaging. And then another large journaling card in the back, so that fits in there. We've got some eyelash trim because you know I love sparkle. Graph paper, image from the Graphics Fairy. Isn't that gorgeous that I distressed all along the outside? And what I did in this journal is I kind of put some of the pages askew so they're not all exactly even. And I saw that in a journal made by Kathleen Sunby. And I thought that looked cool. It kind of gives some interest because I tend to have all my pages equally lined up on the edges, but some of the pages I kind of folded sideways, and I think that looks cool. So anyways, and then here's the other side of that belly band, and here are some more of my hand-painted appliques So fun, you guys, I'm telling you. Another vintage postcard there, and a journaling card right there. And on the other side is clipped with another one of those altered playing, excuse me, not altered playing cards. What am I saying here? Altered paper clips. Okay. And another tag that I created. And this is some 3D liquid pearls that I did on there just to give it a little bit of dimension. And let's see, what is this? This is a greeting card, so you can journal on that, and just some ephemera there. Writing space, writing space. There's the other half of that graphic image fairy with the vines, and some stamping and stenciling. The other half of that music sheet, and the map. And here is the back of the first signature with some more hand-dyed lace with some pearls in the center. And there's that gorgeous napkin transfer. And here is a fussy cut rose piece of cardstock. And I added some trim along the side and some teeny little pearls and some liquid pearls there. And here is the journal insert I was talking about. What I did is basically took a scrap piece of fabric that was left over from the journal, and I added some lace on the front and the back, and this is a sari silk tie closure, and on the inside it just has a bunch of the same papers that are used throughout the journal, so that is sewn in, so you can remove that. And here is one of my altered playing cards. That is cool. I love adding sparkle to stuff. And it is sewn all the way around the side. And there's a doily that is sewn on to create a pocket. And some ephemera. Another altered paper clip. And here is a pocket. And here is another envelope. There's another one of those fussy cut roses image. Oh, actually, it's not an envelope. It is a fold-out piece of paper with some more journaling space there. And here's more of that music. Writing space. Oh, and if you can see the pink tint, I don't know if you really can in the video, but this is also food coloring. I know you can get this same kind of pink with avocado skins and seeds, but this is food coloring, so that's really fun to do too. Book page, and this is an image from Dot's Design Studio. They have some really pretty graphics there in their Etsy shop, and that was a free printable on there. That's gorgeous. So I tried to stick with the, you know, the forest greens and the deep reds throughout this journal. And here's two more of those clothing tags that I altered, attached with a bulb clip. Got some trim on the bottom and a fabric tool pocket. And on the inside here, another one of my cards and another envelope with some collaging and a tag on the inside. So those all fit back in there. Writing space. Edith Holden, of course, love Edith Holden. And the reason I picked this one is because of the vines, and there is vines in the leaves of the fabric, so that goes really well. Writing space. Here is a little flip up here with a tag on the inside. And here's another one of those tri-fold corner pockets that folds out all the way. And I added some stamps and a little bit of the fabric. And here is a cute little rose card, another one of my clothing tags, and some ephemera and journaling spots on that tag. There's some more writing space. And then the other half of that music sheet. And the back pocket here that I put a cluster of some fabric and some tulle, and then there's some eyelash trim. It's a very, very pale pink. And some more ephemera on the inside there. Oh, and this is sprayed with some more of that Lindy's glitz spray in some of the different colors there. And here's another one of the removable journal inserts that has the toile fabric, and that is also on the back of the spine there, that same toile fabric. Here is the last signature. This is some gorgeous taupe colored applique trim that I got like 30 yards of at a thrift shop. Oh my goodness, love that. So I just cut it up and added it, sewed it on the sides. And here is another pocket with some ephemera on the inside. Another one of my clothing tags, and this has some sari silk tied at the top. Writing space. More of that atlas, and a little journaling piece of paper there. And this, when I was tea staining, I was also dyeing some of the roses with the pearls, and so I just put the piece of paper over the roses, and I got that cool little design there. So I know you guys probably know all that kind of stuff, but sometimes you just make stuff up as you go and it turns out great. So I like that. More of that vintage music, Edith Holden. And here is the center of the final signature. And here again is that napkin transfer that I created. 2 pockets here. And if I take all this ephemera out, there's a pocket on each side on the top. And along this side, I included another vintage postcard there. And a little brown paper bag with a journaling tag, some ephemera, another one of my altered playing cards, and a long journaling tag that has been sprayed with some glitz spray, and I added some sparkle with some, what do you call that? Glitter, that's what. And then there's a little journaling card there. And more space for writing. More of that map, that atlas. Aren't those colors pretty? Just fabulous. Ugh. And then here is the final page in the back. Here's another side pocket with some gold lace trim. Cute little butterfly there. Some more ephemera. And here's another one of those clothing tags that I just did a scrap piece of paper that is used in the journal, and I added some bling and another journaling card. And this is also attached with a bulb clip, and it has some lace from the journal. And so there is the back. See, there's the other side of that table runner that I did. The center was more plain for the table runner, so I really wanted to use the just the edges with that gorgeous flower. And one other thing I wanted to show you is this is sandwiched between the fabric on the front, and I had sewn in also a layer of that green lace, a layer of the pink lace, and then there is the back of the table runner. So this is all sewn in. I like the way that that kind of just gives some extra coloring and texture to the edges of the journal. So there she is. I love it. I'm so excited. I have so much fun doing these, and like I've said before, so inspired by everyone out there in the junk journaling community, and I wanted to thank each and every one of them. And I hope this inspires you to just find a piece of fabric that inspires you and just work with what you got and just go with the color scheme that's on it and have fun, because that's what it's all about, right? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!